Okay, so this is Ella from Ella's Ancient Ways Tarot, and I'm coming to you today for the sign of Libra. We're doing an update. Today is July the 10th, and I'm pre-shuffling your cards, so you are always most welcome to forge ahead if you feel like you are too bored to watch the shuffling portion. I just like to shuffle in front of you guys so you can know that I am actually doing it, and that I'm not, trying to wink, just pull a rabbit out of my hat. We're looking to see what we can expect for the 10th through, I want to say, the 20th of July. So what can Libra expect from the 20th, from the 10th, I'm getting ahead of myself, to the 20th of July? What can my Libras expect from the 20th? There I go again. That must be a really good day. From the 10th through the 20th of July. Maybe for some of you guys it's your actual birthday, because I feel like there's something positive on that day. So you never know. So I'm shuffling. I'm shuffling. I don't know if we want to hear about... Yeah, maybe so. We're doing all blue today. And if not, we're doing variations of blue as far as our cards are concerned. And the reason is because we're bringing in positivity. I can't talk, guys. Let me drink some water. Have been parched all day. All right, so starting to talk again here. So we're trying to bring in the positivity. Oh my God, I did it again. That's just, you know what? They're trying to talk so quickly through me that they're making me stumble over my words. So I'm going to just slow down my speech. We are, as a collective, trying to bring in the positivity back into balance. And so this is the beginning of that balance that's coming back into stability, if you will. And so Libra, we are looking at the positivity, and we're looking at the life force, the light of God, Goddess, okay? We're not looking at anything for negatives unless they come out. Then, of course, I will tell you. But from this day forward, it's getting lighter. The energy is getting lighter, and the energy is becoming more balanced. Now, I'm not saying it's completely balanced. I'd be lying. We've got a little bit left to go, okay? But we are getting and becoming more balanced. That's with all the signs, but some signs still have a little bit ways to go. But the Libras, I think that we can safely say you're in the clear. You're in the clear. So I'm going to shuffle one more deck, and then we will start the reading, okay? Calling in all love and all light, all angels of mercy. We're calling in the God and the Goddess because they are the head. And without them, we would have no seed and we would have no fertility. So we're calling them in for the sign of Libra from July 10th through July 20th. What can my Libras expect? What can they expect? Okay, so the first things I want to tell you, because I always start with some kind of message. They want to tell you, congratulations, you graduated. Okay, my Libras, you've somehow learned to close your apps. Remember this from last week? It was for a lot of signs, and it was in general for every sign. meaning that we had too many apps open, overthinking, overanalyzing. We just felt just way too burdened with all the things we were going through. So congratulations, the universe says you've graduated, my Libras. You've made it through the worst period of this time frame. And so what they want to tell you as Libras is, don't rest on your laurels. Don't stop. This is your message for this week, okay? For this time frame. For the 10th through the 20th of July. Keep moving forward. That's what they're wanting you to know. Keep moving forward. This is not a time to stop and rest on your laurels, which means your tush. Whatever you've gained, don't stop there. Keep going. What I'm going to start with is my old tarot deck, okay? This is my old Wider Rate tarot deck. And this, where whatever I pull out, this is going to be what it is for the theme of this particular reading for Libras from the time frame of July 10th, which is today, to the 20th. There can only be one winner. Did you get that? There can only be one winner. Libra. If something is being offered to you, take it and run. Do not look back. Do not even pass go. Just keep going and don't even stop at the jail. Just keep going. If you're playing Monopoly, just keep it moving. You don't need to stop. You don't need to slow down. I see many things coming on the horizon for you. Be it, I'm going to say everything, but mostly I think that these are opportunities that could be either partnerships of money where businesses are forged, or even in coupling, you know, in having relationships. So this is a good time frame for you, my Libras. As you all know, Venus went direct already last week. So that's a great thing. And then I think either today or tomorrow, Mercury goes direct as well. So we're getting out of the eclipse. We've already gotten out of the eclipses. Oh, thank you, every heavenly, spiritual, and being of light for that. Because every single sign on this planet was being affected in some way, shape, or form. And some of them were cray-cray. I mean, they were just bananas, losing it. So things are getting a lot better. The only thing they are telling me to tell you is don't rest. This is not, when you've gained ground, it's not time to rest. This is time to plant seeds. This is time for you to keep going. This is time for you to incorporate. This is time for you to encapsulate. What is it that you want for your life? What do you want out of life? Don't tell me money, because we all know that. That's like, I already know that. That's number one on my mind right now. Besides money, who do you want to be when you grow up? Do you have a plan? Do you know who you are? Keep moving forward, because I think that we're going to have a lot of aha moments in July. Also in July, we're going into Leo season, from Cancer to Leo. So that's beautiful, beautiful, gregarious, just empowering energy of the sun. And I've always harped on the sun, but you know the Egyptians also worshipped the sun as a god. Many religions did and still do. So think of this beautiful gold paper as part of the sun. Think of the flames as part of our star and our solar system that keeps us warm and heated and gives us light, that we don't have to have such high electricity bills, because thank goodness for that light, that natural light. And then the moon guides us, of course, but that's another story. We're talking about the sun right now. So, the sun has a lot of positive energy. It has a lot of nourishing energy. So they're telling you, keep moving. This is not a time to rest. This is not a time to go, oh, great. Finally, we can see a clear way through. No. Get it going. Keep it moving. Whether that's on your relationship, whether that's on your work, on your career, on your school, whether it's in your home projects, whether it's whatever it is that you're doing, keep going. Do not stop. This is not a period of rest. This is a period of, I can breathe now. I can breathe now. That's all this is. So this is not, you've already obtained everything and you can rest. Sorry, babies. Can't tell you that. All right. Next, we're going to go ahead and use the other tarot deck, which is a lot newer, but it's a lot lighter and it's smaller. So I don't know if you've noticed, I love my large decks. Ooh, something is dead and gone, baby. Something is dead and gone. We have the Emperor that comes up next. We have Strength. We have Judgment. Dun, dun, dun. And we have Temperance. And why do we have to have Temperance, Martha? Because everything that we want is coming. Libra. Knock, knock. Fertility. You know, for some of us, we got to be careful. We're going to get pregnant. See the bunny rabbit? Yeah. Usually, did you know that pregnancy tests, they have urine from the rabbits in them? Yeah, they do. You can look that up. Anyway, but this is a time of fertility. So, not only fertility for that, though. Fertility can mean many things. Abundance, growing plants, growing your plans, you know, of opening your business. But, Ella, we're in the middle of COVID. Dude, have you ever heard of the internet? You can start a business on the internet. Okay, you can sell things on the internet, on anything from Facebook to YouTube to whatever. There's so many platforms now. So if you have something that you want to advertise, you can advertise it with a magnet sign on the back of your car or on the side of your cars. There are so many ways. You don't have to come in contact with people. You can mail it to them. So don't give me excuses. Give me results. Okay? However, this is more like whatever was super heavy in your life before, be it a relationship or be it a career or job, it's coming to an end. This Emperor energy can be quelched. It can be. Because if you look at the female, okay, she's got a figure 8, which is infinity. She will always have the power. So he, she, okay, please do not take this as male or female. My readings are not, unless you're sitting in front of me, they are not specific to gender, okay? So what I want to tell you is this. Whatever was heavy in a relationship can be handled. You can handle it. This is something that's going to go on for infinity. So be patient. Judgment is coming. And what is judgment? That you are meant to have fertility. Whether that's in marriage and love, or whether that is in having a real child, or whether that's in abundance in love, or whether that's in abundance in money, honey. Okay? Whatever it is, you got it going on, Libra, but you got to keep going. Do not stop. You are going to be making the worst mistake if you think that your hard work is done. So let's look at the keep moving forward as a sign that says you've made it up the mountain top. These last freaking 4 months and these last 10 to 12 years have been brutal for my Libras. But you've made it to the mountain top. But it's not time to rest. It's time to catch your second wind. Once you catch your second wind, replenish yourself with food. You know, like Remember when they would go on those beautiful mountain climbing expeditions? And so the climbers would stop for food, for, you know, whatever they needed, their tents, for cooking utensils, for whatever they carried their water in, you know, how to start a fire, warm blankets, whatever. That's what this period is for, from really the whole of July, but mostly this period right now. You can finally sigh relief. You've been through the ringer. I mean, you look like a frickin' pretzel through the last 4 months. You look like the acrobat, but a real acrobat that you can see at a circus performing. Because the life that you've had to live up to today has been excruciating. It's like, I want to give up. I don't want to go this way. I want to go back over there. Where's mom? Mom, where's my womb? You know, my old room, but I call it a womb. Yeah, because that's how we've been feeling, like, this is just too much. This is out of control. Somebody stop the madness. We don't want it. Finally, you've gotten on top of the mountain. Let's keep that mountain going for next time that we do reading, okay? I'm not gonna expound upon that right now. They're just asking for patience. You can do this. Judgment is in your favor. Let's move it forward to our next deck. Our next deck has to do with our life purpose. If we already know what that is, then gravy. If you don't, then listen up. What did I just say? We just talked about fertility, Libra. The Empress. That's what she's about. Look at that. Infinite abundance. There we go again. So I think that you guys are doing okay financially. And if you're not, you are about to, because, let me put these side by side, see if they'll stay right there. Because it says you're fully supported as you devote yourself to your divine life purpose. And she's holding the Horn of Plenty. If you don't know what the Horn of Plenty is, that is something that looks like a, oh my gosh. I don't even remember the name of those chips, but that's what it reminds me of, those chips. But it's got a big old hole like this, and then it's elongated sideways, and it kind of curves up. It's beautiful. I don't know if you can see that. That's why I'm trying to describe it for you. See what she's holding? And it could be like a woven basket, because that's what it is in her hand, a woven basket. And she's got this fruit overflowing. So it's the harvest. It's the time to collect. It's the time to have right now for Libra. So receive this with open arms. Remember the last video I made? We have to be willing to accept what's coming with open arms. We have to be willing to say, Spirit, God, Goddess, give me what's mine. I accept it. Whatever my gifts are, bring them on, because I need them, and I'm looking for them. I've been looking for them. Oh my gosh. So, for some of you might be looking into spiritual things. It is saying spiritual teacher. This could be for a guru. This could be male or female. This could be for somebody that has been thinking about what I do and other people do that are similar. Some people have been wanting to learn about the oracle cards, I see. And that's because right now, remember, the veil is very open. It's very open. With all these planets, the way they had aligned and all the eclipses, it opened up our avatar, our inner and outer dimensions for our avatar to be able to receive and to be able to absorb, if that makes sense to you. Receive and absorb. So receiving is a download, like you get on your computer and something needs to be downloaded, like a program. Obtaining is something totally different, because that's another tool. Remember, we talked about tools in another video that I just did. And so in the tools, that's when we were saying that, you know, my brain has too many tools open, it has too many tabs open. Well, what we really meant was, okay, for Libras, you were overanalyzing, overthinking, and really the answers are very simple. It's cut and dry. It's a yes or it's a no, and it's not going to be one way or the other. That's it. That's it, cut and dry. Yes or no, period. You don't have any other options. So just keep it moving and let the universe take care of it. However, the other thing is that if your brain is too full, or your apps are open on your computer, on your actual, you know, laptop or your desktop of your brain, your system, you cannot obtain more tools to keep inside there. So if you want to learn something like what I'm doing, go for it. But it has to be something that is your calling. This is something that's calling to you. If not, you don't all have to be gurus. You don't all have to be oracle readers. It does have something to do with teaching, and then family is very important at this time for you. So for those of us that don't have a family as a typical sense of what a family is, like a husband or a wife, or we have brothers and sisters, or we have maybe aunts and uncles, or mothers and fathers we live with, or even our beautiful pets that are our families, or our friends are our families. So those aspects in your life right now are very, very, very important. I'm going to do one last one. And music. So they're telling you, incorporate music into your life right now. Soothing music is going to be something that is very, very good for you right now during this time frame of the 10th through the 20th. I keep saying that. So you know what? We're going to clarify what's going on the 20th for Libra. I've already said it like 4 times. And I'm so parched. This room that I do my readings in at home, you would not believe. It is 90 degrees upstairs. So I will not be staying in this house past December. We will find another place for ourselves to be. So now we want to see what messages are coming to us in general. What are the general messages that they want to give us and they want us to know? Whatever it is that you do in life, have integrity. Do it with integrity. Do you see that? And I think in general, my Libras, if you're balanced Libra, I think that's something that's important to you anyway. I really do. This angel is saying align your actions so that they match your values and inner knowingness of what's right for you. So only you know what's right for you. Only you know what's right for you. Remember what I said again on another video. Not everybody's compass is straight and accurate north. So if it's not and you need it to be, now is a good time to align your compass true north. If your compass is true north and someone in your life, theirs is not, then maybe this card is telling you it's time for either them to shape up or ship out. Yep. So sometimes we have addictions to people, which is codependency. And I apologize. I want you to be able to see the cards right. And it's saying, you know, sometimes it's time to let go of behaviors that are blocking you from your heart's desire. Archangel Raphael is ready to help you with this. Okay. Let's say, I always try to come up with scenarios because I like people to explain things to me where I can comprehend them. Okay, I'm going to give you a good scenario. Let's say I want to buy a car. This is part of the integrity, right? I want to buy a car, so I'm thinking of it. That's a good thing because if I don't have a car and I'm walking all the time or I'm on the bus all the time, you need a car to get everywhere nowadays, right? But I'm not standing in my integrity if what I'm doing is I'm not healing addictions. Now, what type of addictions could this be? This is just an example, okay? If I want to buy a car, but every day I go out and eat, that's a lot of money. People don't realize how much they spend on a daily basis just to go out and buy a meal when they could cook at home and take their meal with them to work. Or eat at home. It's cheaper to eat at home. So, how willing am I to give up what I want, which is maybe comfort food or food that's not good for me, or spending this money elsewhere when I could be saving it to obtain something that I really need? So in that way, we're going back to the card of integrity. We're not using integrity on ourselves because we're not able to obtain what we want because we're not being honest with ourselves. How can you save money? Let's say that that's the only extra money you can pull from. How can you go out and want to buy a car? You don't have any money to pull from. So in that instance, you're never going to be able to save enough money to get this car, or it's going to take you a long time. That's why I think that they provided us with the keep it moving, keep moving forward, because some of us have integrity, meaning we have a desire to do the right thing, but we need to deal with healing addictions of, I need to have 3 sodas a day. Hey, I have to have 4 Red Bulls per day. That's a lot of money. I have to have those cigarettes every day. That's a lot of money. Okay? So there's something that you want, but you're not gonna get it until you deal with your, the ways that you handle your own integrities, your own choices, okay? There is a twin flame in your life. And if there isn't one right now, there was one. It says the answer to your question involves a spiritually based romantic relationship. So for you, my lover Libras out there, your answer is yes. Whoever it is that you've been thinking about over and over and over again and obsessing about, and you miss or you're with and you're having a lovely time, my Libras, that is your twin flame. That is who you belong with. That is the one you're meant to be with. Diva, I'm talking to you too. Workshops and seminars. It says attending and giving speeches is part of your spiritual path and purpose. Be open to teaching and learning. For those that don't know, I'm a Libra too. So I told you guys on my last video, that was a general video, that I just received an offer, and I'm starting I'm gonna probably start this Thursday coming, if all goes well. It's called Enrichment, Unlimited Thoughts Enrichment Center. And so I will be a reader advisor. I'll be able to teach. I'll be able to do my readings and my spiritual teachings, and funny enough, workshops as well. So, you know, but this is not only pertaining to me, because I'm a Libra, this is pertaining to any Libra. So let's say workshops and seminars could be, maybe you want to get a real estate license, maybe you want to become a certified life coach, maybe you want some kind of certification, or you're going for your degree. Keep going. Your base chakra. Your base chakra is something that's a very important thing to pay attention to right now. It says, choose only positive thoughts to describe your home, career, and finances, as your words determine your outcome. So, we are very powerful. Remember what I just started this particular throw for this part of the reading. Integrity. It's not only you expecting people to have integrity towards you. You have to have integrity for yourself. Love yourself. Heal away whatever is addictive to you. For me, it was a lot of sweets. I have the worst sweet tooth ever. So every time that someone at the office says, hey Ellen, would you like a piece of cake? Or we brought donuts, I cringe because my brain is saying, yay! And my ego that is trying to protect my health is saying, no, girl, step away from the cookie. So you have to align yourself with what you want, okay? And the base chakra is usually with carnal needs, with fear, with fearing the finances. I'm not going to have enough. I don't have enough. I don't have any money. I'm poor. Please don't ever say that. I have enough. It's on its way. It's coming on time right when I need it. You have to think that way. We're human, so we're going to relapse. Okay? We're human, so we're going to relapse, but we really do have to protect what our thoughts are. Cut your cords. Remember, I just finished saying this, didn't I? Cut your cords. It keeps coming out. Cut your cords. In other words, what is no longer serving you? So, you know, let's say you have Windows 10, but you're still using, I don't know, Windows 8, Microsoft. It may not work right. It may, you may not be able to save, or you may not be able to write your papers for school, because when you're trying to save it or when you're trying to utilize it to upload, it may not work right. So remember what I said, you've got to cut certain cords that are no longer serving you. That might be friends, frenemies, people giving you bad advice, people that just don't change. Whatever it is, you've got to cut it away, because, and it could be food. It could be, like for me, a person told me this, and the way that it was told to me was really ugly. So it caught me aback, because I never realized that that person had a problem with me eating beef, right? But the truth is, beef is not your friend. Certain times you do need beef, especially liver. And that's because we're anemic. We're lacking a nutrient that we need. We can take a supplement. But the truth is that beef stays in your colon for more than 3 months, and it's rotting in there. And that's why a lot of people get colon cancer. So that's one of the things that I will be cutting out of my life. As much as I love my beef, I love my beef, but you know what? The truth is, it's not good for me. And Archangel Michael is saying to clear any old attachments to fear that stem from past relationships, freeing from destructive patterns. So if you did have, let's say, okay, remember I said the 50-50s from my past video for Libras? 50% of us are going back to our exes, or not in Texas, but our other 50%ers may not end up with the same couple. But that doesn't mean a new one isn't coming. A new one is always on the horizon for Libras. Come on, get with the program, Libra. You know this. There's always a new one around the corner if you really want it. But my whole gist of this is that Archangel Michael, the big kahuna, is telling you, if it's not working for you anymore, whatever it is, whether it's food, whether it's relationships, whether it's you keep putting too much money in your car that keeps breaking down, then somehow, some way, you are going to have to find a way to get that change. Only you know what you have to change. I'm just the messenger. The next card says, Earth Angel. You are a light worker who has come to the earth to teach about love. You know, again, I'm mentioning my diva. I'm mentioning Amona right now too. These have been 2 Earth Angels for me in the last 2 months. Big time. And also my beautiful Sabina that helped me go and pick up my card today. Thank you, Sabina. You guys have been such Earth Angels that I can't tell you how much I love you as a sister. It's it cuts back to the videos, that the information they've been feeding me, that there's a sense of responsibility one to the other. We're human. We're all going through this together. So if one of us is hurting, then the other one hurts too, because that's how God has made us in this incarnation as humans. Humane. Get it? Humane. To be humane. To become humane. To think of someone other than yourself is to be humane. And if you want to get technical, then we'll go biblical on you. And we'll go do unto others as you would like them to do unto you. So visualize success. See yourself doing well in this situation and have faith in positive outcome. Look at that. I told you blue. Did I not tell you blue? We're going spiritual. We are going spiritual from the 10th through the 20th. It's all about spirituality. So some of us will have to go more vegan, and I'm one of them. And why? This is going to be why. Spiritual teachers, oracle readings, teaching, music, and then over here talking about workshops. That's another thing that you could use up here. Why? Because you could teach workshops. So if you want to do something like that, you have to be more light. Your avatar, your light body has to be, or should I, let me rephrase that, because some people don't know what a light body is. They might think, oh, my body is light, I'm 105 pounds. That's not what I'm talking about. Your avatar, I will use that phrase, which is also known as your light body, meaning it's filled with light. But it's not filled with regular light, like this filtered light or the light of the candles. It's filled with crystalline light, okay? The crystalline light of God. So that energy surpasses any type of light there is on earth. That's why, for example, I always go back to using this for example. The lamas, and the Buddhas, they know when they're going to pass. Sadhguru, for example, that I've been talking about, his wife knew when she was going to pass. She surpassed him in getting to the degree that she wanted to be in life and on her spiritual path. She knew when she was going to pass, and she told him. And he's the one that's over here trying to teach masses and masses and masses of people, while she actually obtained what he had wanted all along and he has been striving for all along. Which I'm not saying anything derogatory towards him. He's a beautiful soul. He gives a lot of wisdom. I'm just saying that the way that we do things is the way we're going to get there. So if our car is either got the wrong fuel or it's empty, we're not getting anywhere. So for some of us, they are telling us to go vegan or semi-vegan. And that's because our light bodies, crystalline bodies, will become lighter, and our spirits are lighter, and then we're able to either meditate or ascend or have our out-of-body experiences during meditations that'll give us more information, that'll feed us what we're asking. If you're asking for something and you're asking anything in particular, you have to be able to fast, because if you don't fast, this is a form of fasting too, because you're not putting any meats in your body. So it's a form of a fast, right? Juices and fruits and vegetables. Then you may not get to where you want to be as you're in your spiritual pursuit. Okay? I always try to put things in a positive. I despise negatives. Why? Because why we have readings is so we can be educated. We can have instruction on how to move this way, how to move that way. It's like playing chess. You really have to look at life like you're playing chess. If you play chess, which I don't know how to play, but I sure do know that if you move a certain way, you're gone. You're dead. You're dead. So you don't want them to take you out of the game that fast. And speaking of that fast, what they wanted us to know and I should have started with this because they always want us to know. Right now it says God of War, be aware. Mercury, think smart, think on your feet. That's why they give you this warning. Keep moving forward. Think on your feet. Okay? Let's see. Get through the game. Play the game. Do the work. No fighting. Be in your power. Why does it say no fighting? Why do you think it says no fighting? So, reason I paused is because I want you to really think. When we're fighting with each other, whether it's friend with friend, lover with lover, husband with wife, mother with father, you know, or should I say mother with child, father with daughter, son, etc., even boss with worker, we're really giving away our power. Power is our energy, our inner being. Why would we want to do that when we can have the strength? Keep our strength. Why would we want to give our power away? Some people will want to see you down. Ooh, I want to see them suffering. Ooh, I want to see. No. You got it twisted when it comes to Libra. Like I said, once Libra gets into that hermit mode from the last session that we did, you better watch out. Because then we have a sword and we know how to use it. We'll cut you or we'll cut something, which are cords. All I'm saying. Be careful. Don't try to use Libras the wrong way, because Libras can be very sweet and very wonderful beings, but they can also, once they get tired, they will cut you, and they will not give a good god darn. I'm not gonna say the real word. So now we're gonna clarify in reference to the 20th, because that kept coming out. That's just too weird. July 20th for Libras. July 20th for Libras 2020. July 20th for Libras 2020. For some of you, I really do feel like maybe you're going to go to a smart party and they will be playing music, or music will be playing in the background. And also music puts you in a different mood. So also music can make you move. I just told a friend today that I have to have high-powered music in order to exercise. Otherwise, I'm lethargic. On the other hand, at work, I have to listen to chants and calming music in order to work better. Okay, why is the 20th important for Libra? Please let us know. Ooh, some new beginning and money's coming. Something problematic is going to get you upset, though. It will be concerning a youth or somebody younger. But there is a new beginning. Libra, this could be you, okay? Whether you're male or female. Family is very important to Libras. Libras have a big heart and know how to love. But they also know that even through all of this, some of our relationships, some of us are still going through some problems. And they see this as problematic because they're not sure whether this relationship can be salvaged. Not because they wouldn't be willing to come back, but sometimes you take people back and you don't realize that they may not change. Some of them will change if they really mean it, but some people will not. Also, it looks like some Libras have been going through some financial difficulties, and that's going to clear. It's going to clear. So that's what the 20th was all about. You might hear from somebody, and that might surprise and shock you around the 20th, okay? All right. I'm going to pull a rune for Libra. July 10th through the 20th. What messages do you have for my Libras? What messages the Spirit has for my Libras? Come on, Spirit, give me a good one. Ooh, do you see that? Can you see that? I think you can see it. Can you see it if I pull it back? Let me see. I'm trying to get the light just right here. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so Let me see if I can put it here without it falling. And then if you'd like, maybe you can zoom in. I don't know if you have that kind of possibility on your phone. So for that particular rune, we are looking at partnerships. What did I just finish saying when we began this particular reading for Libras? Partnerships of all kinds are right now very much in vogue. So that is a major theme during the week of the 10th through the 20th or so. You can extend it out a little bit further if you'd like. For some of us it'll happen sooner, for some of us it'll happen later. This is a general reading. Keep that in mind, my Libra sun, moon, and rising. I don't get into all that malarkey. You're either a Libra or you're not. You know if you're a Libra. You know if you have Libra tendencies. And for my cross watchers, it doesn't matter because you know you are with a Libra. Ta-dan-tan. So, it says drawing this rune is an indication that union, unity, or partnership in some form is at hand. But you are put on notice not to collapse yourself into this union. For true partnership can only be achieved through separate and whole beings who retain their separateness even in the unity and uniting. Remember to let and allow the winds of heaven to dance between you. This counsel applies at all levels in love relationships, in business affairs, in partnering of every kind. It is particularly appropriate when entering into partnership with what some call your higher self. Remember what I just finished saying? Spiritual teachings, oracle cards, and we already saw visualizing success. What else did we have? Workshops and seminars, cutting cards, healing your base chakra, which is very important. Remove that fear, Libra. Remove that fear. You know why? Fear tends to attach itself to our heart chakra. Our heart chakra, if you don't and haven't realized this, it's an extension of your heart, your hands. It reaches across the same area where your heart is. Your hands extend out. And what happens with your hands? You receive with your hands. That's how you get your money, your cheddar. Do not close your heart for anybody, even if they hurt you. You just keep it moving. So your higher self is, again, having to do with reaching another spiritual dimension, or as we call it in our belief, leveling up. And a lot of us are leveling up because this is a really good time to level up. All of those alignments of those planets didn't happen just for, you know, oh, let me just go ahead and hang out with Venus. No, it happened for a reason. We're meant to be here at this time. There's something special in particular that's supposed to be happening. It may affect us directly, and it has in some instances, but it's also going to affect the planet in general. The whole planet, the whole earth, all of us. For good, some for bad, but ultimately for good. Now, it says, while others speak of interplay between the conscious and the unconscious in each of us, most of all, it is the case when seeking union with the divine. What did I say? If you're trying to get, level up, that they're telling you to become a vegan, that means that you're gonna have to drop some of the heavier foods that you're ingesting, because they weigh you down, just like gravity. Gravity was invented. They made this planet with gravity on purpose, because when we incarnate, or right prior to incarnating into a human, we don't have an avatar. We're total energy. We're spirit. That's all. We're just pure energy. So if gravity's already pulling you down, how can you connect to source? You can't. So vegetarian and eating more fruits and vegetables, grains from the earth are a lot more, they're a lot better for your body in general than eating heavy meats, especially at night, okay? Let's say from I'm gonna give you guys a break because some countries they eat late. So after 7, no heavy meats. No heavy meats after 7. Sorry. So anyway, God always enters into equal partnerships, it's saying. So if you're reaching out to God and you want God to give you more spirituality, more higher learning, higher power, more elevation, well, partner up. Like I said in the other video, pony up. You gotta be a cowboy or a cowgirl. You can't just sit on the rails. You gotta do the work too, dudes. You can't just expect God's gonna hand you everything, because I've been here on this earth long enough to say this. It doesn't happen that way. I waited for the job of my life, of my dreams, for 17 years. So why? Maybe I wasn't working for it. Maybe I didn't think I was ready for it, or maybe I wasn't ready for it. God knows when you do the work, when you put the work in. Gebo, the rune of partnership has no reverse, so it signifies the gift of freedom from which all other gifts flow. So this is a gift. Remember what I said on the other video. I open my arms, I open my hands, and I'm telling the universe, I'm telling the storehouse of the universe. They made me take that off because I put Gypsy on there. I don't care. I still feel Stevie with us anyway. I ask for everything to be released at this time that's been stored up in the storehouse that has gifts that are mine, that already belong to me. I'm not asking for something that's not mine. I'm asking, and I'm able, and I'm receiving with a good and open heart, ready and receptive for everything that belongs to me. That's how we do it. Because otherwise, oh, I'm not worthy. Well, guess what? You keep telling yourself you're not worthy, then why should God, Goddess, give you anything? You keep saying you're not worthy. Remember, our words and our thoughts, they have so much power that you can bring things into existence. Okay? Ganesha is saying capacity to love, inner knowing, promise of the future. I'm only going to draw 3. Okay? Capacity to love. And I love my Ganesha because he's a very loving, we call him Lord Ganesha or Ganipati. See his trunk? And he says capacity to love. So, my beautiful elephant, I love him. You know, he wasn't an elephant, he was a boy. But, you know, I'll tell you the story another time because this video is getting too long. And I don't want it too long-winded, okay? Capacity to love. Maybe that's what I'll title this video. It takes courage to open up and heal areas of deep vulnerability. Each human individual is created with a profound longing to feel loved. Out of this need for love, you may exaggerate and parade your fascinating qualities while masking your weaknesses. That means we don't want people to see our vulnerabilities. So we act like we're handling this just so well, or this doesn't hurt. You know what? If it hurts, feel it and then let it go. That's the only way it's going to be released. Because if you keep pretending like it doesn't hurt, that's like you fall down, you scrape yourself, and you're running around, I'm okay. You're bleeding from your knee. Can you put a Band-Aid on it so it can start healing? So, anyway, people know, regardless, because people can sense things. Remember, we were all born psychically inclined. So, it says, while you're masking your weaknesses and or fears, if you are not committed to looking at the root issues, you will feel disconnected from your true self. So there's a lot of work that needs to be done. That's why they're telling you, keep going, move forward. This is a time of profound inner knowing, inner knowledge. What do you want to know about yourself? Who do you want to be when you grow up? I already know, and I thought I'd never know because I never thought, I guess maybe I'm guilty of not having faith enough to have known that this day was going to come, that I would be able to live my dream out. So, and the weird thing is that I married a guy from India, and I told y'all this before, I always imagined living in India, learning from gurus, sitting and meditating for hours. To me, that's like, oh my God, I would just have died and gone to heaven. So, some of us just have that connection to our roots, you know, where we came from. We're still very connected in that way, and that's what we came to do. That's our main purpose of being here. But we also have to look at what we're doing. Like, let me see. If I have a bad habit of cursing, let's say, for example, which, you know, everybody curses, but let's say every other word that comes out of my mouth is a curse word. I have to be honest with myself and look at myself, because even in this day and age, it may not be acceptable. It may be looked at as coarse, somebody without class, somebody without education, somebody that's uncouth, right? You don't want to be looked at like that. So whatever it is that you need to look at and handle it on your own. It's saying handle yourself. You're being asked to be open and honest with yourself. Are you withdrawing from a situation, or are you masking the problem with some sort of avoidance tactics such as shopping, drinking, or overeating excessively? Are you holding grudges? When your heart is open, you will find that your actions tend to match your words. You rarely get offended. You are emotionally available. When your heart is open, you truly take responsibility for who you are and what your beliefs really are. You love yourself more completely. Conflict resolves more easily, and you have the desire to live in harmony with others. So, you know, like picking your battles, or, you know, making a mountain out of a molehill type of thing. That's what Ganesh is saying, you know. If something's really tiny but it bothers you that bad, then something else is triggering you. It's not the other person. It might be something within yourself. All right. It says Ganesh's trunk represents the ability to consider how you are perceiving the situation, which is significant in your spiritual growth. An elephant's trunk is an important appendage that is used in its day-to-day functions. It serves to remove trees and other large obstacles, as well as more fiddly tasks such as breaking open fruits to eat. An elephant has a capacity to handle a range of tasks from minute ones to ones requiring great strength. And so it's saying that Ganesh's trunk is also the emblem of great intelligence and his extraordinary capacity for love. Sometimes we can love others that don't know how to love. We can teach them, maybe, if they're teachable. Rely on your own vast array of abilities to tackle your problems, and know that Ganesha is supporting you in this process. So that was the last part of the reading. It's talking about inner knowing. This one has more about just knowing, you have that knowledge already. It says, within each of us lies our intuitive knowing. See what I told you? Motivation and ideas are present, yet untapped. That was part of what I just picked up right here. Integrity, whatever you want to do, have some follow through. One thing that's a really negative trait about Libras, and I'm not downing anybody, I'm a Libra. We are the worst procrastinators. Oh my God. At work, I love to do my paperwork. At home, my paperwork is, I'm not going to say it. Anyway, within each of us lies our intuitive knowing. Motivation and ideas are present, yet untapped. In this space within us, the spark of the divine waits patiently for us to tune in and retrieve our guidance. Remember what I said. They're talking to you, but you got to go a little bit more vegan. That light body has to be activated. This is a time for soul searching. You are in a phase of introspection, not outrospection, which means looking within for answers. Where are you drawing your attention and focus inward and looking for guidance within? Or are you expecting others to be looking at you? Because if you know, some of us do like the attention. I mean, I think that, to be fair, we all like to be attractive and to look attractive to others. But that should not be our main purpose in life, or our main objective. You are in a phase of introspection. Focus inward and looking for guidance within. You have a strong need to understand, not just at the surface level, but also to really know why things are unfolding in the manner that they are. Some of us, there's things that we're confused and confounded about, but we really know that even if we know the truth, we're either going to accept it or we're not. Remember what I said, Libras? It's either a yes or it's a no. Know why things are unfolding in that manner. You now have access to the inner knowing and the truth, and acceptance you seek. The acceptance you are seeking is within you. This is a perfect time to take a step back from your day-to-day life and deeply contemplate your motivations, personal principles, and values. Seek the truth. Work with Ganesha and see that through meditation, consideration, and self-assessment, the opportunity to evaluate your direction and your personal goals awaits you. Your priorities may shift as you develop a deeper perspective. Take the opportunity and much time needed to be alone. Some of us don't know how to be alone. I have to tell you the truth. Some of us do not know how to be alone. Why? Because Libras were not meant to be alone. Libras were meant to be paired. Libra is the sign of partnerships. They fall under the sign of Venus. We're not meant to be alone. But at the same time, that's not what they're really talking about. They're talking about that in-between relationships, or even if you are married. Remember what they said. Through this particular rune, they said, through your partnership, still don't relax and collapse into it. Allow the winds to blow in between. That means giving each other space to be individuals. You have to also be an individual. That means you have to love yourself enough to want to be by yourself sometime, to spend time alone, even in quietude where nobody's talking. It's only your voice. Okay? Promise of the future. That's the last card. Rest assured, something new is on the horizon. All indications are favoring a time of new awareness. Seek new outlets for your creative expression. Whether you're an artist, whether you like to bead, whether you want to learn to do the cards, whether you want to learn meditation, whatever. This heralds the beginning of a new phase in your life. Ganesha is asking you to take time to reflect on your desires and your dreams. It is time that you begin down the road of a new creative endeavor. Ask Ganesha to help you uncover the desires of your subconscious mind and then follow any creative nudges you feel. You may experience them as innovative sparks that come to you unexpectedly. This momentum will start you down a path that may involve a view of the world. So remember what I said, there's change that's coming. There's a movement. People are tired of the way things have been for the last, even let's say 100 years. We want that big change, but we have to do it in a positive way. I do believe that, just like the flower children, I'm not saying be a hippie. Please don't take that. Please, don't take this out of context. I have nothing against hippies, but that's not what I'm saying. But when we do things with love and kindness and wisdom and logic, we can forge that change. But when we're constantly pushing against each other, that somebody's going to get hurt. One side is going to get hurt. And we don't want either side's getting hurt. We just want peace and equality for everyone. Reflect on your past endeavors. Take time to acknowledge and understand your lessons. That means life lessons. And your blessings. Feel gratitude for the path that has led you to this point in this time. Even hard things, even hard situations that have been heavy, 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 and not so much fun to be in. Even broken relationships, even losing homes, losing cars, losing jobs, losing folks. They're all what makes a part of you. It's part of your makeup. It's part of your person. Okay? You are who you are today because of all the things you've had to go through. When you have positive attributes and you can share that with others, that means that those are lessons that you can teach from. That those are teaching moments. Teaching moments. Teaching moments. They're not off. My cards are never off because I'm not the one that speaks. They're using me as their vessel to speak to you. Reflect on them. And then they're telling you, once you feel this gratitude for the path that has led you to this point, you are receiving the gift of freedom to choose which path you are going to pursue. There may also be an ending taking place at this time. Remember what I said, 50-50 is still in place, but it's getting better. So why don't we put it as 60-40? No, I'm not going to be that generous. 55-45. Okay? Because a lot of our astrological signs have started to become lighter and relaxed, and their minds are less dense and less filled with the muck. Like, you know, when your car needs a really bad oil change because you haven't changed it in a year. Yeah, it's that gucky. But now it's more like, okay, I haven't changed my oil in 3 months. It's time. So we're giving them the opportunity to catch up, Libra. We're not going to just, give up on them if you don't want to. But then you do have to have patience, and you do have to have a lot of inner strength. There's the Temperance card in case you forgot. All right. So it's saying all of life has its cycles through experiences and choices. You learn to grow. You learn and you grow. You are steadily progressing through the many phases of your life, with which each ending comes the promise of a new dawn. Like I said, babies, it is an unfortunate thing when things come to an end, but at the same time, what we do have to understand is, especially with Libras, we have a lot of luck. We're born under the sign of Venus and Libra. We are the epitome of a relationship. So there's always going to be somebody on the horizon. That is not even something to worry about. The worry, or not even worry, the thing to look at, the thing to look out for is that next time pairing up with someone who's your equal in values, love, the extent that they can love, the capacity. What is their capacity to love? Wow, what is that? I forgot that that's what it said. What is the capacity that they are able to give and love? Because if their capacity is 1 year, 6 months, 3 months, or only 10 years, and you're thinking it's going to be a lifetime, then you're hooking up with the wrong person. You both have to want the same thing. You don't have to do the same thing in life, like whatever your career or traits are. You do have to have someone in your life that supports all of your endeavors, and likewise. But you don't have to do the same thing in life. But as far as your values and virtues, they have to match. Your religion, at the very least, you have to respect each other's religion and it not bother you. if they're not pagan and they're Christian, but they don't mind that you're pagan, or they're Hindu and you're pagan and they don't mind that you're pagan. You know what I'm saying? You have to match. You have to match. Because if not, it's not destined to last. Anyway, that has been your reading. Lots of wonderful things to recap are coming around the corner. Some of you, which I'm very proud of you, have not only surpassed it, you have gotten past a lot of malarkey and you've made it to the top of the hill. Keep moving forward. You are almost there. And this reading is for the 10th of July through the 20th. The 20th, or right around the 20th of July, you may hear from your ex or the person that you were involved with that you maybe had gone through a hard time with. They may be coming back into your life right around that time. Be prepared and be nice. Hear them if you want, because if you really want to heal this relationship, you're gonna have to swallow some crow. You're gonna have to eat some crow. That doesn't mean you have to entirely be the one that just eats crow, but you're going to have to learn to take a step back and listen, and not just hear what they're saying, really listen with an open heart. Much love and much light to you, my Libras. Until we meet again, this is Ella from Ella's Ancient Ways Tarot. I love you guys, and keep subscribing. We're at 12. Oh my God, I'm so happy. We're almost to 1,000. We're almost to 1,000. Okay, till we see each other again. Bye-bye.